food would give me anxiety. Like I would get so anxious. Like even during meals, I would get scared to just eat a meal. I would think about like what I was eating, when I was eating it, if I was eating too close to bedtime or too early in the morning. Like I would think about all these things that just don't matter. Like I'm happier now. Like I love food now. And I didn't like food back then. So it's just such a difference. It's crazy.
What's going on, friends? Welcome back to another episode of Dieting from the Inside Out, because we all know outer work without inner work doesn't work. And I'm so pumped to come at you with today's episode because of a very, very special story. We're interviewing an amazing woman named Tori, and Tori has done such an amazing set of things. And I just to give you a little preface to like show you what you're about to learn is with Tori, her big thing is she just broke through and broke free from all the diet culture nonsense. So let me like looking at my notes, like for her, she broke through the 1,200 calories. That's where she thought she was stuck, but we got her through that. She broke through the restriction of Weight Watchers. I think before we started working together, she was doing, I think she said she did Weight Watchers for like 9 months, something crazy like that. And was able to break away from that and actually be able to go and live her life. She was training for hours and hours a day, like crazy. Like you guys know how the game works is when you are engulfed in diet culture and you're engulfed in all of the nonsense of like the normal societal way to lose weight. It's that stuff. It's you starve yourself. It's you join Weight Watchers. It's you work out for hours and hours a day and brag about how sore you are. But that's not sustainable. It's not the way to do it. And that's where Tori was coming from. But now where things are at now is she went from chasing skinny to chasing strong, which ironically made her lose more weight and lose more body fat and keep the weight off. It's crazy when you just make those little mental shifts. She's not afraid of food anymore. She went from being scared shitless around eating more and eating certain foods to now is completely free from food. But then at the end of the day, and this is where it messes with most people's heads, is she's now been able to eat more while getting stronger and while losing weight continuously. Like imagine that. Imagine like you're there sitting and like how weird this sounds. You're sitting there eating 1,200 calories, can't lose weight. And then someone like me or my team says, hey, let's increase calories and the weight's going to come off more and you're going to fix your entire relationship with food and get really strong. Well, that's what happened with Tori. So instead of me telling you all the ins and outs of it, I wanted Tori to come on here and tell you her story and tell you how she was able to do this. So this way you can take those tactics and strategies and run with them and change your life forever. See, these client episodes are some of my favorite because it's not me telling the story. It's them, the client in their own words and in their own experiences telling you how it is so it resonates and hits home with you more. That's what we're getting into in today's episode of the podcast. But before we do, big thank you to the sponsors of the show. Sponsor number one is Flex Pro Meals, because it is with your food, making everything convenient as hell is rather helpful. So like for me, I don't know about you, my life is all over the place and I don't even like have kids or anything like that. I can't imagine how crazy it is for you parents, but it's why so many people end up going through drive-thrus or stopping into gas stations and spending all this extra money on convenience with food that's not really helping them. So the nice thing with Flex Pro is you have all these meals in your fridge on deck ready to go. So if you need to just have a grab and go, or you're between meetings or between errands and you just need to grab some food and get out of the house, it's there, but it's also really good tasting. It's really healthy and it's really good for your goals because it's all dialed in for the purpose of your goals, like building muscle, getting stronger, and losing weight. So if you're into that kind of thing, you should definitely check out their menu. Flexpromeals.com is their website. If you use my code HamiltonTrained, it will save you like 20% at checkout. It's already cheaper than going through fast food. So definitely give that a look. Second sponsor is First Form, because we all know, like I say it every episode, supplements are not the end all be all, but they absolutely have their time and their place when you are not getting everything you need from food. If you're not getting enough protein, you're not getting enough omegas, if you're trying to have less energy drinks or take less caffeine, if you're trying to supplement because you aren't getting enough fruits and vegetables or micronutrients, that's the role of supplements. If you aren't getting it with food and you need it, which we all do, that's the role of supplements. But I want to make sure your money is going to the right places where you're not just buying dumb bullshit products that aren't accurate on the labels or aren't safe or were made in someone's basement. So that's the nice thing about First Form. It's literally some of the best supplements that you can buy that's safe. It's third-party tested, all the whole 9 yards. So if you use the link below, I really appreciate it. It does support me, and it also has some free shipping, some stuff down there as well. But definitely go check out First Form and what they have going on. If you're not quite sure where to get started with supplements, I do have a video down in the description on basically where to start with that. But otherwise, let's get into the meat and potatoes, so to speak, of the episode with Tori. I know you're going to get a lot out of it. I will talk to you in just a second. Cool. Well, I think we're recording, so we're good. Cool. Well, dope. Thank you both ladies for doing this. I very much appreciate it. So just before we get into all the goods, just so everyone listening has context, Tori, give a little bit of your life before coaching, before things started changing, just like how bad shit was, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't even know where to start. So before coaching, so I was a grad student. I was in college for like 6 years to be a speech therapist. So I had a lot of things to do. I was very busy all the time and I just did not take care of myself. Like I didn't focus on food. I always said I wanted to go to the gym, but I never went to the gym. I never even moved my body for the most part. I just didn't really do much except study or go to school, come home. I would just not, I was lazy. Like I would just not do anything. And I just would not really think about myself. Like I just I didn't put myself first. Like school came first and that was it. And then I graduated a year ago and I was like, you know what? I'm going to join a gym. I'm going to diet. I'm going to eat healthy. Because I never grew up an overweight person. I'm very small. I'm like 5'2". I'm 132 pounds. Like I've never been someone that was like, oh, like I need to lose weight or I'm going to be like super, super unhealthy. Like I was never like that, but I was at a point where I was at my highest weight, which was 152 pounds. That's big for me because I'm very small. I'm like very small frame, short body, very small limbs. Like at my schools, I blend in with like the fifth graders. Like I'm not kidding. Like I'm very small. So when I would gain that weight, like it was noticeable on me and I would, I knew I had to lose weight. Like other people would say like, oh, like my, close family, not friends, but like family would say like, oh, you did gain weight, things like that. So I was like, I want to be healthier. I want to exercise. I want to lose the weight. So this was a year before coaching. I graduated. I went on Weight Watchers and I did that for 8 months, not 8 or 9 months. I lost 20 pounds. So I was at that like 130, 132 pound weight. It was tough. I was going to the gym during that time and I just I couldn't do much in the gym. And I was like, why can't I do much? I'm eating so healthy. I'm eating like 1,200 calories a day.
That's
I was
why.
like, I know. And I didn't know that. I thought that was normal. I was like, oh, someone that has to lose weight has to eat 1,200 calories a day. So I was doing that. I was going to the gym, exercising like so much. Like I was probably going like 4 or 5 days a week and I was there for like an hour. Had no idea what I was doing. I was just working like every muscle group like at once. Like I would leave like so sore. I remember I told Sydnee this in the beginning. Like I would leave like not being able to walk because I was so sore. Like I was just not doing anything right. I had no energy because I was not eating enough. I thought my 50 grams of protein a day was so much. um, so yeah. And then after that, I stopped Weight Watchers after like the 8 or 9 months. And I was like, oh my God, how do I keep this weight off? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I panicked when I deleted my little Weight Watchers app and I panicked because I was like, oh my gosh, like, what am I supposed to do? So I followed you for a very long time, Jared. And then I got in contact with Sydnee. And I think about this all the time. If I did not go with coaching right after I got off Weight Watchers, I would have gained all of my weight back. 100%. Like that, like hands down, would have gained all of it back because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to start. So
I love that. So for you, because obviously coming off of that, like right out the gate, we couldn't like Sydnee couldn't just keep dropping calories. So Sydnee, talk about a little bit of your strategy when you get homegirl Tori coming in after losing a whole bunch of weight, really short period of time, really restrictive. Your perspective, like, oh shit, all right, how to fix that? So from your perspective,
yeah. What Tori also didn't say is that she was super afraid to even eat more, and so we started off doing. I'm like, we're gonna have to increase, and I, could see her eyeballs get humongous. Like, yeah, I don't think so. But, we kind of started off a little bit slower, and Tori was just the kind of client who was like, you know what, I signed up for coaching. I'm going to go all in. We got her protein, like she eats over 100 now. She's eating like 1,900 calories a day. And like she's down in inches. Scale hasn't really moved. And that's the other thing too, is she was super afraid of the scale. And so we worked on that relationship too. And she's doing awesome.
Yeah, it took me a long time to like realize that like fat loss isn't weight loss. So it was just I always thought that if the scale went up, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm getting fat. Like the fat is coming on my body overnight because the scale is more than yesterday. Like I just didn't understand that. So the weighing myself every day has actually helped so much because I realized like it fluctuates daily from
Yeah.
so many different things, and I just never realized that. Like I was so scared of the scale, like terrified, terrified.
Yeah. I love that. Well, I don't love that you were terrified, but I love that what
Yeah.
happened. So I would love to lean into the being scared to eat more part. Cause this is the thing is most people that are listening to this that we talk to, they lost, whenever they've lost weight, it's been because they've like done something really stupid or unsustainable. So they're restricted and starving. And the thought of eating calories back is just terrifying. So you struggled with that quite a bit in the beginning, didn't you?
Yeah, it was so tough. Like I was so scared of certain foods. I was scared of eating more because I really believed I was going to gain weight. And I thought that gaining the weight meant that I was going to look bad and I was going to look bigger. And I didn't understand that I was eating so little. And that's why I was not seeing any progress. That's why I was exhausted. But there were certain foods that I was so scared of too. Like I was terrified of pasta or I was terrified of cheese. And those are like my favorite things in the world. Like those are my,
Yeah.
like Sydnee like asked me, what are your fear foods? I was like, pasta and cheese. And she was like, why? I was like, I don't know. Like, I just don't know. Like, those are always foods that I thought that would make me gain weight, but now I eat them like every day and I'm totally okay with it. So I know it's wild.
What do you remember off the top of your head, like where your calories at now, roughly?
Right now I'm trying to hit 1900 a day.
Is it weird to go from like sub 1,000, like maybe like most people on Weight Watchers are sub 1,000 calories a day? Is it weird to think like under 1,000 calories today, almost doubled and lost inches? Is that like weird to say?
It's wild. No, it's wild. And it's so funny. I had a conversation with my mom the other day and I was like, I'm eating like almost 2000 calories a day. She was like, are you sure that's okay? She was like, you should weigh yourself. Like, be careful. Like she was telling me to
Wow.
be careful. I was like, no, like this is, I'm telling you, like I'm looking better. I'm feeling better. And I would have never believed this a year ago, but it's true. And I even tell friends, like, they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm eating a lot of food. Like, I'm just eating a lot. And I mean, I've never, ever been able to eat this much. My body's definitely adapted to it over time because at first I was definitely really, really full. But I feel like I can just pack the food in. Like,
Yeah.
I can pack so much food in. Like, oh my God, it's so insane. Like, I could eat a lot. Like a little body, like I can just eat a lot and it's great because
Well,
I feel
like
great.
Yeah, no, for sure. I love it. Well, and that's the thing is there's such this belief around small, petite women can't eat. They won't even try. That's why I always say, like, of course, there are some people who can't eat as much, but that's not the majority. And everyone needs to test it, test your upper limit. So, and like you said, you're a very small, petite woman and you're eating almost 2000 calories a day and losing weight. Like that's a deficit number. That's fucked up. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this. When it comes to like the fear around food and fear around eating, at what point did it not become scary? Was it when you ate more and lost and it's like, holy shit, my world just got flipped upside down? Or when did it stop becoming scary?
It was starting to eat everything I want and then seeing results. Like I had no idea. Like I would restrict everything. Like I would not eat, like tonight I had a burger for dinner and it was in my calories. I hit my protein, like everything was fine. I went to the gym, like I don't feel guilty about that anymore. I think it was when I just kept eating what I wanted. Like I was just eating within my goals, hitting my calories, protein, and then just seeing results. Like I've really never gotten results from doing anything but this. Like I used to try, like years ago, I would diet or like go to the gym, like, and then I would stop for like a year or like something like I would just go back and forth, but I've never had results like this before. And I'm eating whatever I want. Like I'm eating the foods that I love. It's crazy.
Do you feel like a hat's about to drop or like you're getting away with murder? Does it almost feel too easy?
It does. It really does. And I really struggle with that at first. I was like, there has to be something wrong. Like, yeah, like there has to be something wrong. Like I'm eating so much food. I'm eating what I love. I have snacks before bed every night. Sometimes I have a Pop-Tart. Like, it's just, life is good now. Life is
Pop-Tart
good.
gang.
Yeah. It's so wild. It seems like that it's not right, but it is right. It's crazy.
That's the thing is that's why I like to do these interviews like this, is because I can say this shit till I'm blue in the face, but everyone's first thing is, Jared, you're a 31-year-old meathead on testosterone. Of course you're going to say that. But when I get someone like you on here, it's like, oh shit, maybe this does work. Because that's the thing is, I want everyone to be able to experience this level of ease around this game, because this is how it should be. You know what I mean? This is how the normal should be, not the other bullshit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So for you, what part of this journey thus far has been the most impactful for you? What part has been the biggest life altering for you?
Definitely the relationship with food. Because I was so scared of food all the time. It was terrible. I would avoid going out with friends because I just didn't want to eat too much, or I didn't know what to get on the menu because I didn't want to get a salad, but I would probably end up getting a salad anyway if I went out because I thought that was the healthiest option. That would not make me gain weight. It was just like my relationship with food has improved so much that it's like I don't get nervous going out for a night or having drinks or having dessert. Like I don't get nervous about those things anymore, when that was all I would think about previously. Like I would be so upset over the weekend if I went out on a Friday night and had dinner with friends and drinks. I would think about it until Monday. Or I would go off the rails after Friday and be like, oh, I messed up on Friday night. Like I'll go back on track Monday, and then I'll eat healthy the rest of the week and then eat bad over the weekend. Like I just would not. Right now, all I do is if I go out and have drinks and I'll have like a meal that I love at a restaurant, I'll get back on track the next day and I'll pretend that, that previous night never happened. And that's huge for me because I've never been like that. I would think about it constantly and be like, oh, I feel like shit. Like, this is terrible. Like, I might as well just eat bad until Monday and I'll get back on track then. But no, I pick it up the next day and I'm like, okay, like I ate one bad meal last night. Not even a bad meal. I ate a meal that I loved last night. And then next day I'll get back on track and hit all my goals and everything's fine. Like nothing happens. It is what it is now.
It's I love that. That's incredible. Sydnee, from your perspective, where did it start shifting for her? Like from the coach point of view?
For sure. So, she was a little bit afraid at first to increase calories, but I think that the moment that you went all in was around, I think it was like your third or fourth set of progress photos. And you're like, there's no changes. What in the crap? And I'm like, bitch, look at those shoulders. Like your delts are popping out, like your back muscles. What are you talking about? Like it was the whole thing. So
that's amazing.
I saw it too. And I was like, wait, I do see it.
And so I think that's when she really was like, okay, I'm going to lean in. Like I'm growing muscle by eating this food. And I think that's really like that turning point that I noticed when you were like all in, just, all right, let's do this thing.
Yeah, this sounds so silly, but one of my turning points was like sometimes I like feel my arm or I'll feel my leg and I'll be like, that's not my arm, that's not my leg. Like it doesn't feel like it's my body parts. That sounds so weird, but like I've never felt like muscle in that area. Like it's just so funny. It's crazy to me.
Yeah. But that's the thing. This is why most people sabotage this on their own, is because like you had progress screaming at you in the face, but because of your old conditioning, your brain wasn't allowing you to see it until Sydnee said, bitch, what the fuck? Look at your shoulders, look at your hips, look at your face. There's your collarbone. Like,
Yeah.
And for most people, it takes someone to, not saying it's the easiest way to get Sydnee pissed is deny your own progress. And Sydnee gets all spicy. She's like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know if I said it quite like that, but
no, she didn't say it that aggressive.
She meant it aggressively.
Tori. Now you know my inner thoughts, Tori.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, you get Sydnee triggered. There you go. Is there any other major wins that you've noticed, or is the big, not to deny any of what you've gone through already, is there any other major things that you've noticed, like that's improved or this changed in this area of my life? Is there anything like that? Because obviously food just transcends everywhere,
Definitely energy. Like I have a lot more energy. I would get tired. Like I still go to bed at I'm that type of person that goes to bed at 10 o'clock at night. That's just how I am.
You're a mammal. You're a mammal.
Yeah, no, I am for sure. But
hold on, are you insinuating that 10 o'clock is early?
It is a little early now.
Okay, then we're just gonna move on.
Okay, maybe it depends. But yeah, like I go to bed very early, but I notice that I just have so much more energy throughout the day. I'm not as exhausted. When I go to the gym, I feel totally different than I used to. Just having that energy and just being able to do so much more. And I recover quicker too. Like I'm not super sore. Like I used to be, oh my gosh, I remember I told Sydnee way back that I would get sore and be sore for like 5 days. It was terrible. And she was like, no, like that's not, that should not happen. And I recover so quick now. When I'm sore for like a day. And I know it's because of my diet. It's because I go back to the gym and I'm continuing to work out and I'm eating properly and I'm eating the protein. And I'm just feeling so much better. And sleep too. Sleep has improved a lot. I've noticed that I can sleep throughout the entire night. Not that I've ever struggled with sleep before, but I definitely can sleep better throughout the whole night. There's so many things. It's just like, I notice things here and there too, where I'm like, oh wow, that's different because of my lifestyle now. It's pretty crazy.
Would you have believed me if this is my, like, whenever I tell people like they're inquiring about coaching, like I have to be careful how, like, if you want to say how I sell coaching, because if I listed, I feel like everything that you just experienced, I bet you wouldn't have believed me. I'm like, all right, we're going to double your calories. You're going to heal your entire relationship with food. You're going to lose inches with doubled calories and eat out every week, drink alcohol, and your entire life is just going to be effortless around fat loss. Like, would you have believed that?
I wouldn't, and it's so funny because I think I followed you for like a year before coaching, and I would look at things and I'd be like, "No, this is not." I'd be like, "No, like this is crazy." Like, and then I followed you as I was doing Weight Watchers too, so I was like, I want to do what this guy's doing. Like, I want to learn all these things, and I would just be like, I thought that it couldn't be me. I always thought it couldn't be me, or like I would see other people's progress and be like, that couldn't be me. Like that'll never be me. And it's not, now it is, which is wild. It's like I would have never believed it. I would have never.
So speaking of that, remind me what made you then even consider coaching? Like when you're like, because obviously something had to shift to go, okay, now this might be me. Like what made that happen?
I was just so tired of restricting. Like I wasn't getting the results I wanted. And I felt like that restricting was like putting like 100% effort. Like I was so tired of not being able to eat things I wanted. And I was so tired of not having a good relationship with food. And that was where my main problem stemmed from, was just the relationship with food. Like food would give me anxiety. Like I would get so anxious, like even during meals, like I would get scared to just eat a meal. It was terrible. I would think about like what I was eating, when I was eating it. Like it was just like what snack I was eating, when I was eating it, if I was eating too close to bedtime or if I was eating too early in the morning. Like I would think about all these things that just don't matter. And I never knew that it could like be like, I'm happier now. Like I love food now. And I didn't like food back then. So it's just such a difference. It's crazy.
That's the thing, is food's everywhere. This is why I hate it when fitness assholes are like, food is only fuel and nothing else. I'm like, bro, you ever gone to date night? You ever gone to a child's birthday cake? You ever gotten drinks with friends that you haven't seen? You know, like it's everywhere. And if we can't enjoy that stuff, that means we can't enjoy the experiences those brings. And then we can't get the goals that we want. These all have to live in harmony. Otherwise we'll never make it.
Yeah.
Sydnee, from your perspective, like, because that's a lot on the plate. Like a lot of people who are where Tori was is in that place of like, all right, I'm scared shitless of food. I'm everything that Tori literally just said. I don't even know where to begin. So from the coaching standpoint, what was some of your thought processes in fixing that and breaking that down?
Yeah, for sure. So, there were a bunch of like red flags screaming, like she just needs to eat more food, right? Like she said, she was so tired. She couldn't do anything at the gym. And so, I took into consideration that fear, like, hey, we're not going to just increase you by 900 calories today. But, taking those steps, showing her, continuing to show her like, hey, look at how your energy is increasing. Look at how you're feeling better in the gym. Look at how you're able to increase your weights here. The scale staying the same, but you're losing inches, right? You're feeling better. And so being able to just kind of like point out the progress, but then also kind of explaining like why, like how a calorie is different than nutrients and like how it's okay to eat food, if it's 100 calories of chocolate or 100 calories of broccoli, right? The calorie is the calorie. So we had a lot of conversations about that. And then just recently, I think, didn't you just have a day where you were like going out and you were afraid to like not track for the day and you did it? And we were super proud of you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was like I think it was my first time not tracking for like more than a day. So I didn't track for the 2 days because I went away for a weekend, and I just got back on track when I got home, and everything was fine, and the scale went back down to what it usually is, and I was like, okay, like we're good, like everything's fine.
Those are my favorite moments when you like just embrace it and do it. Like you were nervous not to track, right? And you just did it, and everything was okay. When we keep having those moments, it proves to our brain like, okay, like nothing bad is going to happen. We can continue doing this.
This is why what we label in coaching is irrefutable proof. Because what happens is until you have irrefutable proof, there's part of your brain that isn't bought in yet. This is why like the whole dieting from the inside out concept is if we don't change things from like a neurological neural pathway side, you're never going to be fully bought in because your brain only knows what its history is. And if the only way you've ever lost weight is doing stupid things, let's just call it like it is doing stupid shit. It's the only way you've ever lost weight is like stuff that's unsustainable or whatever. Your brain just assumes that's the only way until we get your brain experiencing doing this set of things and getting results and having irrefutable proof. You're never going to have that like aha moment. So that's like in coaching, our first objective is to get that aha moment and then everything else is a breeze. And that's why you're like, oh, this is fucking dope. Like,
Yeah, no, everything now is just like, I'm just going with the flow and I'm being patient and it's just, it's happening.
It's so fun though after, sorry, I was just going to say it's so fun after,
you're good, go ahead.
After the aha moments, because it's like Tori starts bringing stuff up like, hey, I'm thinking about switching from Planet Fitness to do you go to Crunch now? Going to this other gym and I'm like, heck yeah, like, yes. And I love like when they, you start to see those results and you're like, I want more. Like, I know I could be doing more. And so those are like some of my favorite moments too. And it's not me having to push you, but Tori like pushing herself out of her comfort zone.
Was that awkward at all?
It was like just because I got so comfortable at Planet Fitness, like that was the gym where it was like everything was mostly the same. Like everyone was the same. Like it was just different. And then when I did start going to that different gym and started like pushing myself to do more and experiment with different equipment and more weight and everything like that, it was very intimidating. Like I remember I was telling Sydnee like the Smith machine, I was so scared. Like that whole like I don't know, I was just so nervous to do that, and I do it now, which is amazing. And I keep pushing myself to do more and more, and it's intimidating still, but I've definitely gotten so comfortable, and I think of myself as someone that's there and I know what I'm doing now. Like I used to be that person that didn't know what was going on or I didn't know how to do certain things, but now I do. And I'm experienced and I've been going to the gym for a long time now and I know what I'm doing, which is great.
Well, and that's the thing is we can't get that to happen staying comfortable. Like we have to get uncomfortable to get the results on the other side of being uncomfortable. I did the same thing. I was working out at a little Anytime Fitness that was close to my house, and I validated it by me saying, oh, it's close and convenient. It takes me 3 seconds to get over there. But now I go to a big boy meathead gym. Like every dude in there is on gear. There's IFBB pros walking around. Everyone has veins the size of my arms, let alone their actual arms. And it is, and like first day I walked in there, I said, I am soft as puppy shit. Holy fuck. So I paid for a year in full because like, all right, we're just getting this over with. And it was intimidating for me and I'm a fucking meathead, but magic comes out on the other side of that and going into the unknown a little intimidated.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Well, Sydnee, you experienced that this week. You went to that giant N1 education boot camp, and the same thing happened because you experienced the same kind of things, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure. There were definitely moments that I felt like I didn't belong there and that I, didn't know what I was doing. And even like my own sabotage came in and tried to knock me down. But you just have to keep correct when you have that behavior of that old identity. You got to knock it out right then and, have that positive self-talk that, yep, you can do it. And I did it, and it was freaking hard, but I'm super proud of myself.
I love it. Tori, whenever you notice some old self stuff starting to slide in, because we talk about sabotage and drifting a lot, how have you been able to combat that whenever those old feelings of restriction want to come back, or the old thoughts of old ways of doing things? How have you been able to combat that?
It's tough because I still have moments where I'm not super motivated. I still have moments where I do think about like, oh, I kind of don't want to eat that tonight, or I kind of ate something a little big earlier and I don't want to go out tonight. Like, I still have moments like that sometimes. And I just keep telling myself, like, what you're doing right now, you're seeing results, you're feeling better. So keep doing it. Like, don't go back to those old habits because you've never felt better and you've never been better. So it's just thinking about like old me and just doing all the things that I used to do and thinking about how I used to feel. It just doesn't make sense to go backwards and to think about those things anymore. It just makes sense to ignore it and just keep going. It's just, it's not logical to me anymore. It's not.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love that so much because that's the thing is one of the best ways to fight emotion is with logic, but then you're comparing identities and then the repercussions or results from each of the identities. And you say, well, which version supports the things I want? Well, what happens if I go be the old version? What happens with that? And I think that's one of the most brilliant ways to make any decision,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Let me ask you this for you, Tori. One of my favorite questions to ask is when it comes to like actually pulling the trigger and investing in yourself, because the thing is, everyone's serious until it's time to put their money where their mouth is, right? Everyone's like, oh, I'm in this until it's like, here's my credit card. So for you, when it came time to like pull the fucking trigger, was there hesitation for you when it came to like putting money where your mouth was? Because only people who pay attention, I keep messing that up. Only people who pay attention. There we go. So for you, was there hesitation around that about like,
There definitely was. At first I was like honestly, not as much as I thought though. Like I was hesitant, but I kind of just, I wanted to change so badly. Like I just wanted it so bad, and everything I've done prior just did not work. It didn't work. I've tried so many things and I was not happy. And I was like, this is my thing where I want to do this for myself. So I feel like I couldn't put a price on that, or I couldn't, to invest in myself and something that I want so badly. I was like, I'm going to do it. I was like, I'm going to do it. And I did it. And here I am.
I love it.
Yeah.
And well, that I always like to talk about that because so many people find all the reasons to not invest in themselves because it's like, oh, money's always tight, or life is always crazy, or it's uncomfortable. And so I'm always curious for everyone who does it and just has this kind of result happen. What was the thing that made you overcome that? Was it just purely logical of, oh no, I want this, so therefore I'm willing to pay for it? Or was it deeper than that?
It was deeper than that. So like I was in no position to make any big payments. Like I'm in debt. Like I'm a student. So like I was a student. Like I just graduated college. Like I have loans to pay. Like I'm in no position to do that. But I was like, I need to be happy. Like I want to change so badly, and I want my mindset. It was the mindset. Like I was like, I need it. I can fix myself, fix my body and all that. But what about my mindset? Like I was just so not in a healthy place with food or confidence and anything like that. So I was like, I need my mind to change, and I need to invest in myself to do that. Like I need to fix it, because if it's not, then I'm just going to be miserable forever. So
yeah. How old are you? Remind me how old you are?
24.
Could you see, that makes me so happy, because could you imagine waiting till you're in your 40s or 50s, but you'd be stuck and things have just gotten worse because you have fathomed that?
No, it's so crazy. And I think about that all the time, actually. I'm like, what if I never did this? Like, I would have gained my weight back from Weight Watchers, 100%. Two, I just definitely would not, I would continue to be unhappy and go back and forth with dieting or, cheat days, no cheat days, restricting, not restricting. It was just, I can't even, and I think about like how this experience, like I'm set for life now. Like that's when I made the purchase and I invested in myself, I was like, you know what, like this is knowledge for life, and this is things that I'm going to have forever. So you just can't, it's just worth it. It's worth it. It's for my life. Like it's crazy. It's like how can you deny it, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, I love that you said that, because that's truly what doing this the right way is about, is setting you up for life. We think about that with everything else. You get a good job to set you up for life. You put your money in a 401k to set you up for life. You find a really good partner, get married, have kids to set you up for life. But most people aren't setting themselves up for life. And then we find out 10 years, 20, 30 years later, we're not just in the same spot, but because things are either getting positive momentum or negative momentum. And then we have, like, you think sabotage and drifting is bad now. Imagine if we put 10 more years of struggle and failure, 20 more years of struggle and failure, 30 more pounds, 50 more pounds, 100 more pounds, and you're in your 50s and 60s. And then now you're just trying to get that started. This is why the best time to do this for everyone listening, to fix your shit, it's like a tree. 20 years ago was the best time. The next best time is right now, because it's just going to get worse the longer we wait.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, your like 30-year-old self, 35, 40-year-old self is like, thank fucking God.
You know, no, right? It's just, it's so wild.
Yeah, I love it. I'm curious. So for you, if you don't mind me asking, what was the biggest driving force behind you wanting to change yourself? Because, I mean, was it purely aesthetic? I mean, I know it wasn't. Not that pure aesthetics are bad, but for you, what was the big driving force for you wanting to change?
I think for me, it was probably confidence. Like, I just had such low confidence, and I just knew it was because, yes, I didn't look the best I knew I could look better, but it was so much deeper than that. Like, I wanted something that, I don't know, I just wanted like a purpose. Like, I wanted something to drive me and to do every day that I knew was benefiting myself. Like, I never had anything where it was for me, or like doing something for myself. I never had something like that, and I finally do. So even just going to the gym and knowing that I'm doing something for myself and this is benefiting me, not anybody else, it's benefiting me. Like, that's huge for me. So that's my thing.
That, to be honest, that's also that undeniable proof that you're like that. That's why this builds so much confidence. Is it? Yeah. I mean, yeah, it helps that you're looking better and feeling better, but it's because in your actions, you're proving to yourself you're worth investing in and showing up for. You know, it'd be like, imagine like if I told my wife, like, I said, I love you, but I treated her like shit. You're not just saying, yes, I'm good enough, I'm worth it. If we look at your bank account, if we look at the hours you spend in the day and where you put your focus, it's proving to yourself that you are worth showing up for. And that's why it's making all these changes. So this is why for most people listening who feel like shit, I mean, it doesn't help that they hate the way they look and feel, but it's because their actions to themselves are bad. They say they'll start something and they don't. They say, I'll start over Monday, and they don't. They say, this is it for me, and it's not, you know?
Yeah, this is the longest I've ever been consistent with anything, and that alone makes me so proud of myself and so happy that I'm just doing something constantly for myself and never not doing it. Like, I'm always doing it. So it's pretty awesome.
Like Sydnee. It looks like Sydnee. Are you tearing up right now?
Yes.
Sydnee, from your so I'm curious, Sydnee, why do you think Tori's been so successful? You've been the one in the trenches with her. Why has she been successful? Like, this is like I don't want to say this is like, for when our clients do their fucking shit, this happens. Like, 1 + 1 is always 2. Like, she's done the shit and it's why she's crushing. But Sydnee, from your perspective, like, why has she been so successful?
I think because she just has been able to like take that fear out of her identity and just like, okay, we're doing the damn thing. Like, if you tell me to get on the scale, I'm going to get on the scale. If you tell me to eat these calories, I'm going to eat these calories. So I think just committing and just taking that fear out and like being stronger than her fear made her really successful.
I love that. You know, I think it's ironic. Like, I have this love-hate relationship with cliche quotes. It's like, part of me is like, yes, but then part of me is like, it's corny as fuck and everyone says it. But coaching people over the last 11 years has really shown me that the old quote of the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek. And it's never been more true. You're scared to weigh yourself. We got to start weighing every day. You're scared of pasta and cheese. Sorry about you. First world problems. You're eating the pasta and cheese. You're scared to eat more calories. We got to raise those calories. You're scared to go to the big boy gym. It's time to make friends with some meatheads. You know what I mean? And then this is what happens on the other side. This is the cave you fear to enter holds a treasure that you seek. And it's true every time.
It's so true. It's just doing the things that make me scared, make me not scared. It's weird, but it's true. It's what happens.
Your comfort zone's growing.
Yeah.
But then also, with your check-ins too, being super, super detailed and like letting me know everything that was going on. So if she was feeling nervous or feeling discouraged or feeling however she was feeling, she wasn't holding back or like afraid or ashamed to tell me anything. So having that really good relationship back and forth really, really helped too, for sure.
Well, I think because obviously like hundreds of thousands of people listen to this. And so the majority of people aren't working with someone. But I think that's the reason why most people fail is they're not honest with themselves. Right? Like when we coach people, luckily when people invest in themselves and have accountability, most people are honest, but we still get every now and then the person that like blatantly lies on a check-in, which still baffles my mind. But like that's saying, Tori, you've been undeniably honest about everything. And I think the reason most people struggle is because they're lying to themselves. They're like, oh, I'm an all or nothing person because they're validating a bad decision. Or they go, well, I'm doing my best. And they're not. Or like, well, I'm tracking my calories and they're estimating their calories or whatever it is. So how do you feel about that?
It's just, I know that if I lie, it's not going to get me anywhere. If I exaggerate, it's not going to get me anywhere. So just telling like the complete truth, like that's like, I want this to work. I want it to work so badly and I want it to, benefit me. So what's the point in not sharing literally every single detail? Like I leave Sydney bullet points. Like I go like Sherry in, like it's
Jared
just sharing
knows.
everything.
I love the bullet points.
Sharing everything. It's what helps.
I love it. I'm curious. So, and you may not have an answer to this, and either way, it's totally fine. What's next for you? Because here's the reason. Let me preface it with this. Too often and most people we work with, they have been captive by this diet culture bullshit that they've been so obsessed with weight loss now that they've never thought about what's going to happen when I don't struggle anymore. Like, what do I want to do? Like, I'm free. I have like my mental space is clear. What's next for you? Since you've achieved all of this, your bandwidth is back. You have all this unlimited stuff now on the other side. So like, what's next for you?
I just have so much gratitude and I'm just grateful for like this state that I'm in. So I feel like just keep going because like I just maintaining everything and just constantly trying to improve and just, I don't know, that's a tough one. But I definitely think I just want to like maintain everything and just constantly push myself and not go back to those fears. Like I just want to keep going and, constantly improving myself.
That's incredible. That wasn't in my notes here, but I'm just like, oh, let's ask this. So that's that's literally how half my interviews, like I'll have some like bad motherfuckers that like I'm secretly intimidated and shaking. And I don't even use half my notes. I'm like, hey, I just thought of this, and I'll ask a weird question. So I can't imagine how many times my producer probably like is editing this and he's just like, that motherfucker. Why did he say it? So let me ask you this. What would you say to the people listening that are where you were?
Eat more food. That's my thing. Like, no, really, like eat. Don't be afraid of food. Eat your food. Even when you're not motivated, go to the gym because I have moments where I just don't want to go. I don't want to do it, but just make it a habit. Keep going. Even when you don't want to, go and you'll be so happy after. Like, that's my thing. Like, just keep doing it when you don't want to. That's my motto.
Sydney, what would you say other than that to the people who are where she was?
Yeah, I think, really, really similar, just don't let that fear hold you back. Think about where you want to be and then how are you going to get there? You're never going to get there eating 1,200 calories. You're never going to have any muscles doing that, right? So if your goal is that you want to have muscles and you want to enjoy life and you don't want to be angry and tired and all of the things, we've got to eat the food. We got to lift heavy and do it even when we don't want to,
That's right?
Like make decisions today that tomorrow you is going to be proud of.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Final question. What would you say to those? Wow, I just dropped my pen and just threw it at my mic. That's cool. What would you say to people who are on the edge of whether to really go all in on themselves and go and coaching or not? What would your thoughts be for people that are just like, on the edge?
I would say, like, how bad do you really want it? Because I feel like sometimes people are on the cusp because they don't truly, not that they don't want to change their lives, they just don't want to put that effort into actually changing their lives. You know, it's just, you really got to just do it. You got to do the work. It's not easy because then everyone would be doing it. So
every day I'm fully convinced that most people think it would be nice to have the goals that they want. They don't actually want them. Otherwise actions would change. Otherwise patterns would change. But I think most people think it would be nice to have that over there, but they don't actually want it bad enough to change their situation. You know, and you just did. You're just, nope, my situation sucks ass and it's costing me a lot and I'm worth it. So let's do it. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't believe it's been almost 45 minutes already. Girls, this has been amazing. I know it. I appreciate the fuck out of both of you. Thank you both for doing this. It means a ton. I know it's going to help thousands of people. So no pressure, but it's over. So it's going to help a lot of people. So, yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you both of you guys.
Of course.
Thank you.
And we are back. Thank you so much for tuning in again to today's episode of the show. It means a ton. I know if you stuck around this long that you got a lot of value out of it. So be sure and take what Tori talked about and Sydnee talked about and go run with it and change your life. Now, if you're listening to this and you're in the similar shoes Tori was in, where she just like finished Weight Watchers and she's like, I have no idea how to keep this weight off, or you've been on this journey more than you've been off it. You're always on a diet, off a diet, always trying and failing and all this stuff. And if you want to have an experience just like Tori's, this is exactly why we coach people. It's why we can find all these people, meet them where they're at, meet you where you're at, and take you from where you're at to where you want to be in the most seamless experience possible so we can end the struggle. Like my big claim to fame is I will help you never struggle losing weight ever again. I will help you never struggle losing weight ever again. Wow, if I could get my words right. That's what we're talking about here. This is not about just losing weight. Yes, that's part of it. But what's more important to me is not just giving you results, but it's giving you also skill sets that match those results so you can go never struggle ever again. This is your last stop. This is Tori's last stop. So if you want to have a story just like Tori's, you should absolutely hit the link below, apply for coaching. There's a special link down in the description because you're coming from the show that's going to take you to the front of the line with the people that are applying for coaching, because you have a special place in my heart because you're coming from the podcast. So if that's you, absolutely apply for coaching. Apparently I can't talk today, but if that's you, you should absolutely apply for coaching to see if we can help you a little bit more. And if we can't, we'll point you in the right direction to someone who can. And that's it. That's it for today's episode. If you are not, and also we have some other stuff in the description as well. If you want my free course, it's down there. If you want to join my free Facebook group to have a community around you, it's there. Be sure to subscribe to the show. That way you know whenever more episodes are coming out. But yeah, that's it. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I love you, and I will talk to you next time.